guys, I was thinking of looking at shoulder stability today. So with shoulders, I guess you could say there's three things. There's strength, there's mobility, how much you can move in your range of movement, and there's also stability, whether your shoulder is in the right place. So if you're lifting things or weight bearing, your shoulder needs to be stabilized and held down. Reason being, if you weight bear like this, it puts compression into the shoulder joint and you can get impingements. If any of you had a shoulder impingement, I have. It's not nice. So we want to be using the lats. So I want you to grab a strap, please, or a band. I know, it's blimmin' raining again now. Grab a strap. I'm going to sit on a cushion for a moment. One of Sonia's cushions. Sonia's here. Another of our talented members. We've got loads of you. Talented women all round. Right, I'm going to take this off so that we can see a little bit about shoulders. Shoulder blades, scapula, right? Scapula go up, down and out. So they protract and they retract. So protracting is when you have a space between them. Retracting is when they go in, as you know, shoulder retraction. They also elevate and depress. They go up and down, right? So mainly when we're doing planks and things, we want the shoulder blades stabilized in not in retraction, but in neutral and down. Okay, we want them down. Is that Simone? Hi Simone. So we want the shoulders in and down, and you use your lats to do that. So if we just take our arms out to the side like this to begin with, that's elevation, right? We want to draw the shoulder blades down. You know what can help as well? Flip your palms up, just do that. And then draw your shoulder blades. Imagine you're pointing an arrow down to the back of your waist with your shoulder blades. Feel them come in and down, and you should feel a connection here with the lats. I haven't seen Carol yet. She's the lat queen, the water skiing Carol, because you use them all the time when you're here, because you don't want to be here, you want to be here. Now keep your shoulders there and flip your palms back without internally rotating the arms. Just give me a little shoulder roll a minute. Just talking about the arms quickly for 1 hot second. This is internal rotation of the arms, and it tends to pull your shoulder blades up. If you spin your arms out from the shoulder, can you feel, guys, that draws your shoulder blades down? Do it again. So, tends to bring the shoulder blades up and the tips of the shoulders in. So we spin the arms out. Now you can externally rotate your arms and have your hands down. This is what you want in down dog. You want the arms out and then you spiral from the lower arm. So just hold your elbow, do this. Hold your elbow with one hand. Try and keep the upper arm out as you flip your palm. It is possible without letting it roll in. Oh, this is information overload on a Monday. Let's have a little breather. Let's have a stretch. But it's all good information to know, isn't it? It's good to know, need to know stuff. Do a few of those because I've got a little message down, I think. Hello, Catherine. Nice to see you. Don't worry, better late than never. Let's think about shoulder mobility. Hold your left shoulder, left arm over. Do a little circle. So this is mobility, just moving it. Feel that arm move as big as possible, big circles, and then swap. Circle. Okay, so thinking again about shoulders. Grab your strap, folks. So if you have a stretchy band, they're great. If not, use a wide strap, dressing gown belt or anything that you can get your hands on. Now guys, float your arms up and then float them above your head. And you know that feeling you got when you did this? Try and get that with your arms up and over your head. So think about your shoulder blades pointing into the back of your waist, so they're drawing in and down, and this releases your upper traps here. We get a lot of tension here, guys. We tend to sit like this, everybody does, because we're human. But the more you focus on the release, the better. Then you can hopefully do it at your desk. Take your arms behind you. This is going to want to happen, and this. Think about anchoring your shoulder blades down. Right, let's go up and down. Take your time. Think about your shoulder blades. Hopefully my shoulders are not poking into my ears. Think about, as we said, the shoulder blades pulling in. Think about the distance from the tip of your shoulder to your ear. Imagine someone's got a tape measure and it's not allowed to go like this. You've got to keep the tip of the shoulder down, and if you do that, it can help you keep that shoulder blade down. Fantastic. Okay, so let's do a couple more of these. And we're going to think more about how this applies when we're weight bearing on the shoulders, right? AKA planks, darlings, planks. So for now, release your band. Come onto all fours. Are we feeling cushion time at the end? Blanket and cushion time, given that it's Mayvember. There's a new month, there's a new calendar month. Mayvember. Right, just let me get myself ready. Pull the pants up properly. Right. Here we go, round out, pause. Now, in cat stretch, the shoulders are down. So we don't want the shoulders to pop up, we keep them down. Inhale as you lift your chin, lift your hips, draw your belly in, and go again. Feel that space between the tip of your shoulder and your ear. And in cat stretch, your shoulder blades protract, they come apart as you round out your back. So they separate, but they don't rise. So maybe put that little bit more emphasis than you normally do on shoulders. I'm going to try and keep this through the class. Hope we don't get December. I know. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Oh, Simone's got a sore arm. She had a jab yesterday and a bad night's sleep. Oh, Simone, we're all rooting for you. I've got mine next Tuesday, actually. Do you feel poorly, honey? Do you feel poorly? Let me know. Take it easy. Maybe just lie on your mat. Now, folks, just sit back for one hot sec. Do this again, palms up. Take a hold of one elbow. Keep that upper arm out. Turn your hand in. That's your down dog shape, right? So the down dog doesn't look like this. I'm just going to show you. Watch the screen if you can. Can you see this? That's my arms spinning in. Watch the change. There. So I take the arms from here, hopefully you can see, to here. Allow the outside edge of your upper arm to spin out and feel a release here, and then push the floor away. Go for it. I'm coming to have a look. I'm actually in your room now, watching your down dog. Although you're spiraling your upper arm out, make sure that your thumb and your finger presses down. Don't spin onto the outer edge of your hand. This is the weak side of your wrist. This is stronger. The base of the thumb is strong. Stronger bone. Press down there, guys. How does that feel? Does it feel any different to how you might normally do down dog? Maybe, maybe not. But you should certainly not feel tense around the sides of the neck. Okay, hop down onto your hands and knees. We're going to come into plank. Same thing. Hands under the shoulders and draw your shoulders not up here, guys, but down. Feel these lat muscles switch on. Latissimus dorsi lats. Big muscles here down the side of your back. The serratus as well that works with it. Slide one foot back, slide the other foot back. And think about your shoulder blades. Ideally in plank, they are down, and in terms of whether they're retracted or protracted, you want them in a neutral position. So they're not in and they're not out. However, some people tend to collapse in plank, and I'll just try and show you what I mean there. Can you see my shoulder blades have gone into retraction, and I've got a dip and I've got a valley between them. So if that happens to you, push away. It's better to have space than a dip. If you're going to go into one or the other, it's better to have them protracted. How's your plank feeling, everyone? How's the planks in the house? Hold on. Hold your plank for a few breaths. Put your knees down if you need to, and I'll just read the messages to you. A bit floppy and off colour. Oh, you'll be all right by the end of the day and tomorrow. It's all worth it, isn't it? Susan's second was better than the first. Isn't it funny how they vary? Everybody's different. Everyone's different. Right, release. Right, we're going to do some core in a sec. I'm going to put a little stretch in just to relieve your upper body for a minute. Step your right foot forward, take your left knee back, and interlace your fingers behind you. Now, squeeze your shoulders into a massive retraction. Pull them in so they're almost touching each other. And we're letting the hips drop, and then let your hands just drop behind you a bit. Maybe look up. Oh my God, it's chucking it down today. Woo. At least we're nice and cozy, dry on the mat, creating our own sunshine. It's good for the gardens. That's the only thing I can say on it right now. It's good for the gardens. Let's take a little fold over that leg. Draw your right toes up. Of course, I am going to hit the core, so don't worry. But I always think sometimes it's nice just to put a little focus on the shoulders, just to check our technique. Let's step that right foot back, step your left foot forward, same thing. So we let the hips drop into a much needed, always welcome hip flexor stretch. Interlace your fingers, draw your shoulder blades into retraction and lean back. You know, we did our lovely event, we did our real life event on Sunday. It was so, so, so nice to see everyone. I couldn't stop smiling. But we did a nidra at the end, which is a relaxation, a guided relaxation. And everyone was so relaxed under the blankets. I ran over 5 minutes because I couldn't bear to wake them, so I'm doing it again tonight. If you feel like a cozy nidra, come and join me. It is a beautiful thing. Right, team, release that. So, forearm planks. Same thing with the shoulders. So when you're on your forearms, it's really important that you get that drawing down of the shoulder blades. Let's take the forearms on the floor, take one step back, prep your shoulders, and then take the other foot back. Knees down is easier. Knees up is obviously harder. Now, it's not as easy to retract and protract the shoulder blades. However, you do still want to get that sensation of pushing the floor away so that your shoulder blades are not in retraction. So they're down, in and down. Okay, so we're drawing them down. Feel the spaciousness here. Maybe look forward just a little bit. Lift your thighs, lift your tummy, and we'll hold. One more breath. And well done. Knees down. Come off your arms just for a moment. All right. We're building up, we're building up. Forearm side plank. Forearm side plank. Now, this is a hard way of doing it. So I'm quite tight in the shoulders, and so sometimes it's nice to do shoulder openers. Side plank, normally on your forearm, looks like this, yeah? Shoulder blade is down. However, if you want to do some work on opening your shoulder and creating more movement and stability, you can take your hand to point that way and then come into side plank. So, do you want to have a little go? Maybe float the arm up. If you want to, you can keep the hand pointing that way if that feels better in your shoulder. This is easier for me because my shoulders are quite tight. This is a real big challenge for me to have the hand pointing that way. I'm going to hold it. 4 breaths. And 3. Wherever you are, hang in there. 2. Woo. And 1. Well done. I'm just going to whiz around and do the other side. So you choose whether you do this or this, and whether you put your knee down or not. You know, the other option, I should have told you on this side, is just to actually leave your hip on the floor. I mean, if you spent a certain period of time, you know, say you were here for even a minute, it's going to start getting hard work in your shoulder. You're going to start wanting collapsing. So we draw down, hand here or here. Have you chosen? Are you ready? I'm going with this one again. Come on, I've got this. Hop. It's really hard. Don't let this shoulder come into your ear. Draw it down from here. 3 more breaths. 2. 1. And release it. Circle your shoulders. How was that? Challenging, for sure. Okay, come back onto all fours, folks. Let's do a little bit of prone core. Now, we're not massively weight bearing in the shoulders when we're on all fours, but we are to an extent. So it's the same thing. Draw those shoulder blades down. Think about your shoulder blades being in neutral so we don't collapse the shoulders. Slide your right leg back. Slide it back and lift it up. Okay, draw everything in underneath. So make sure you're not hanging down. Nothing's hanging down. Take your belly button and scoop it up. And there's this real sensation of connectedness in the front of your body. Take your left arm out. Okay, right shoulder down. It's not popping up. Open your arm and your leg out and in. Out and in. The spine doesn't move. You're using your core to keep your spine really still. So it's about what you don't move as much as what you do. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Place your left hand down. Keep your right leg up, guys. Do a little visual check for me. Hips parallel. So the right hip doesn't float. Drop it. Lift your belly again. Refresh it. If your arms and your wrists are tired, you can come onto your elbows for this bit. You choose. Here we go. Pulse. Pulse, pulse. Into your glute muscle. Right into the glute there. The leg is really straight. Pull up your thigh. Hitting the glutes and the core. Okay, guys, let's go for 8 more. Oh, it's chucking it down in there. Oh. Do you think this could be a world record cold and wet May? I think it could be, couldn't it? It's really chucking it, isn't it, guys? Last 8, 7, 6. The rain's bouncing high off the garden table. Hold it and release. Shake off your hands. By the way, when it gets tiring in your wrists, God, I think it's hailstoning, guys. Remember that it builds strength. Weight bearing builds strength in your wrists. It's good for your wrists. It is, it builds strength. It's hailstoning, oh my God. It really is Mayvember. Right, the other side. Come on, let's do it. Left leg back. Squeeze it long. Wrap everything in. Be the Pilates goddess. And if there's a man on catch-up, the Pilates god that you are. Hold it all in. Be strong in your core. Pilates professionals in the house. Right arm out. Think about your left shoulder. You might have a habit that you might realise today that you might not always tune into, that you do this. You might do this and not realise. Draw it down. Use this muscle. Draw it right down. Okay, you ready? Open, open, close, open, close. Remember, as you weight bearing on this left arm, think about that external rotation of the upper arm, pressing into the thumb base. So you've really got that sense of the shoulder being down. The weather's just killing me here. It's hailstoning like mad. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand comes down, visual check. It's always worth the visual check because you might be leaning over and not realise. You can come onto your elbows if your hands or your shoulders are tired for this bit. Don't let this bit sag. Let's pulse it. Pulse, 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 pulse. Well, all I can say is I'm glad I wasn't walking the dogs then. It's not nice when you get caught out in it, is it? Keep going. I might turn the tunes up a tad. Lock on that left thigh. Keep going. Keep going. I know. Deborah, I know. It's mental. The weather's gone nuts, everyone. It's gone nuts. Last 8. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back. Sit back. Okay, what I'm going to do to rest your arms and your shoulders a bit, we'll put a little abdominal section in, and then we'll come back up and we'll do side planks so we can look forward to them, right? So let's roll onto our back for now. Take your time to roll down. Here we go. Scoop and hollow your abdomen, tailbone looks under, and we come all the way down. Have a little stretch. Okay folks. Tabletop legs. Hands as if you were on all fours but your palms face each other. Shoulders drawn down. Knees above hips. I want you to do a couple of pelvic tilts here, guys, so this is a useful little trick. Pelvic tilts with your knees in the air. Feel the weight shift from your tailbone through the centre of your pelvis, the lower part, into your lower back. Now, people have different tendencies. If you're a natural backbender, you probably have a tendency to overarch, in which case you need to push down your lower back a bit. If you're more of a flexor like me, you probably tend to come off your bum and press too hard in your lower back, in which case you need to push your bum down a bit. What I want you to just do is feel your way into neutral. Neutral spine is a tiny little curve in your lower back, and it varies person to person. Find your neutral, and then without losing that, wrap your abdominals in. Sometimes when you pull your muscles in your tummy, it pulls you out of that alignment because you might be pulling too hard on your six pack, which creates spinal flexion. It's not that muscle, it's the low down one. Pull your belly button in, but it doesn't move your spine. Just breathe into that space where you are neutral. The bottom ribs are not sticking up, they're tucked in. Your belly button is in. Zip your pelvic floor. Left leg, right arm goes like this. 1, 2, in for 2. Now we did loads of prep there. Loads of prep. So this should be your best ever tabletop alignment ever. It's your best, it's your world record best. Because that was a world record prep, but it was worth it. We're thinking technique today, guys. It's all good. This might challenge you enough. The idea of this is that you have the strength and the muscle-mind connection to be able to move your legs and arms whilst keeping your core safe and still. if you want to, you can double up the load with the arms, like 2 arms, 1 leg. Exhale on the effort. So you can think about your diaphragmatic breathing. So with your inhale, as everything comes back in, you can expand the ribs and the belly a bit, and as everything goes out, it goes in. So on the effort, the abdominals pull in, and the ribs come in, right? Everything's in. How about 2 arms, 2 legs? Any wild and crazy people out there? 2 arms, 2 legs. Tune into what's happening in your spinal alignment. If you're tipping up in your lower back, forget this version. It's not for you. It's not working in your body. Don't force anything. We don't want to just lose alignment just so that we can tick a box of thinking that we're doing something better when we're actually not. So stick to what works in your body and do another few while I read that message. I can find my little spectacles. That should be really locking on your core now, big time. Simone says she's waiting for Noah's Ark to float by. I know. Oh, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Coming down the river of Muswell Hill. Honestly. That's funny, Simone. Hug your knees in, have a little rest, everyone. How was that? Fabulous. Honestly, should have a little stretch moment and then we'll come and do side plank. Pull your right knee in, pull it in, pull it across your body and give yourself a lovely stretch. So the spine loves to be in effortless rotation like this. There's no body weight loaded on it. It's just really good for your back to have this stretch. All the muscles in the back get a stretch. Feels good. Swapping sides. Pulling your left knee in. Pull your left leg across. Just enjoy the stretch for a moment, everyone. It's a beautiful stretch. Oh. Okay. We're going to think about shoulders again. So, take your arms over your head. On the way up, let's just work the 6-pack. Coming into abdominal curl. Pulse it. Oh, right, we're coming up all the way. On 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Use an elbow if you need. I need to practice those. Just take it forward fold. Now, side planks. Side planks. The good thing about this focus is that when you break it down, you can become aware of your bad habits because we've all got bad habits. So we're going to take a side plank on the right first. What we're going to do is this. Take your arm out, flip your hand up. Take your left hand on your right elbow and try and keep the upper arm that way. Drop the shoulder blade down here from your lats and then spin your hand. So we're not here. Do that action here now. So take your right hand on the floor and draw the shoulder blade back and down. You know when you do shoulder rolls like this? It's that last bit. It's there. Lock it. Put your lats down and lock it. Let's do one with the knee down first. So bring yourself up, float your left arm, and consciously do this action from here while you're in plank. Right, you got it? And then you should feel like your shoulder is miles from the tip of your ear. And if you really lock onto those lats, you might find that full plank is a little more accessible. Have a go. Only if it works for you. If you have an injury or you're building strength in your shoulder, stay with the 3/4 version. Let's take the left arm up and back. Just a little bit of distracting movement, just to keep us distracted as we hold our best side plank ever. 4 more little arm waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Shake it. Remember, it's not bad for your wrists. As long as you put your weight here, it is good for your wrists. You build strength. How's that? Good? Let's do the other side. Left arm, palm up. Hold that external rotation of your upper arm. Spin. So we're not doing this. Now draw down from those lats. Here we go, left hand. Let's go on 3/4 first. It gives you more opportunity and chance to really focus on this. Draw that shoulder blade back and down. You should feel that latissimus muscle switch on. It should be firm. So actually, if you poke here with your right hand, you should feel a little sensation of firmness as that muscle is switched on. Anyone for full plank? Go for it. You don't have to, of course. Do what feels that right amount of challenge for you. Holding this shoulder blade down. Let's wave over, up. If you lose that alignment, put your knee down or have a rest. Susie's just waddled to the door. She's doing some waddling now. 4 more. She waddles rather than walks, bless her. Well done. Shake it out. How was that? So let's stay on our side and rest the shoulders for a minute. I have got another thing to do with you. Some of you might guess what it is. Let's come onto our side. Lie down, folks. We'll do a little bit of oblique work just to rest your shoulders for a minute. Feet together, float them if you can. Draw your frontal hip bones and your front ribs in. This is a counteraction, as you know, to prevent the back overarching, and then we come up. Reach for the knee and back. Tilt your head away from the lift. Don't lift from the neck. Lift from the ribs. It's really tempting to crank the neck. We don't want to do that. We want to relax the neck as much as possible. Now, if you want, some people find this uncomfortable in the shoulder, you can take your hand in front and keep your elbow on the floor. It's a little easier. It's a little easier on the shoulder. The shoulders are nicely open though, so hopefully you're all right with this. Let's do another 4. 1, can you feel it here? You should feel it here, here in the obliques. 2 more, folks. And 1. Nice job. Obliques in action. Swing yourself up, let's have a stretch. Bottom knee under the hip, and then just stretch it. Ugh. And while we're here, let's have a shoulder roll. I've got a little bit of tightness here in the front of my shoulder. Sometimes it gets clicky, I don't know if you've ever had that, around the collarbone. Thinking about all aspects of good shoulder health. So going for a bit of mobility, just getting that movement. Okay, let's come around the other way. Lie yourself down. Connect to your core. Feet in front, feet together. You can rest them, but try and lift them if you can. Lumbar length. Abdominal connection. Are you ready? Take a deep breath and we lift. Up and down. It's a bank holiday next week, isn't it? I haven't sorted the schedule. Vicky and I can't teach. I'm trying to decide what to do. I think the weather's going to be nice. And I think Louise is away. So I will let you know basically what's happening on Bank Holiday Monday. I'll see if I can get something live, something nice for you, if you're around. May is a good month normally, despite the weather. 2 bank holidays and my birthday. So normally it's my favourite month. It's been a bit disappointing this year. Hailstones and rain. Well, we all fail sometimes, don't we? I have to forgive it once. How about 4 more of these? Let's go. It's killing me tummy now. Can you feel that? 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Yes. And collapse and heap. Just come up to stretch. So the right knee is under. By the way, I didn't say on the other side, but you're doing the same thing here. Even though you're not weight bearing in it much, it's not in the ear, it's here. Circle your arm. Nice big circles. Just think about where you could just maybe find a bit more space in that joint. Strong, stable shoulders. Okay, can anyone guess? I've actually got 2 more things to do if we've got time. The most common culprit for shoulder impingement is a badly done Chaturanga. Okay, this is Chaturanga in yoga. It's basically a low plank. That's what it is. And you need a lot of strength in your triceps, you need good stability in your shoulders and good strength to do it. So when people don't have that strength, they feel that whatever happens, they've got to get down to the floor. And it's not the right way to look at it. So what happens is this. People end up doing this. So the upper arms go in and the shoulders come up. We want the opposite, right? So guys, do this. Draw your shoulder blades down, squeeze here, spiral your hands, come down. Keep your knees down. Keep your knees down, but walk them back a bit. Shift your body weight forwards. Now, turn the creases of your elbows forwards and look up. Don't look down in Chaturanga. I know not all of you do yoga, but it's a tricep press up in itself, so it's valid here too. Watch this. That is better than this. So I want you to spiral that upper arm out. Draw your shoulders down with the lats that we've been using all morning, and just bend your elbows a bit. And what you want to aim for is your shoulders being level with your elbows, not any lower to the ground. Here. And then we lift back up. What do you think? Have another couple of goes. Experiment with it. And I'll show you again. We'll do 1 more go. This is better than this. Okay. Can you feel it in your triceps? Shake it out, folks. Have a stretch. Yeah, and if you do it just that tiny range of movement, you build the strength and you've got the stability. You're not creating compression in this joint here by doing this. Right, so it's here. Right. Oh, I promise you cushion time. We'll just do this once and then we're going to relax. Yeah, it's Dolphin. Right, forearms on the floor. Do everything you've done so far. Draw the shoulder blades down. Come onto your tiptoes and walk your feet in. Now my shoulders are very tight. Some people can walk their feet right in. Keep your hands pointing forwards. Push the floor away. No collapsing, guys, no collapsing. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out, shake it out. Let's have a little stretch. Gorgeous. Let's lie down. Grab your cushion. Grab your strap. Let's have a little moment
Take your right foot, doesn't matter really, right foot in your band, extend the other leg and stretch it out. Take some deep breaths. Hamstring stretch, calf stretch. I'm going for a big circle, here we go. Inner thigh gets a stretch, all the way across the body. So I hope that was helpful for you. I think even when you know it and you understand it, it's good to have a refresh. It just sharpens your focus, so you know, next time you come to plank, hopefully that will just be there, just that extra focus on shoulder alignment and stability. Because you know what, if you do it slightly wrong over and over and over again, that's when you can get these repetitive strain injuries. Swap legs. So I think for a while, my chaturangas in yoga were not externally rotated enough, just very subtly coming in a bit, because I'm a bit tight in the shoulders anyway. And focusing on that did help me, I think, so it's worth doing. I'm just going to give myself room here to circle the leg. Same with the wrists, you know, if you weight bear on the outside of your wrist over and over and over again, you can get a wrist issue because it's not strong enough, but the base of the thumb is. I've got an RSI in my left thumb from texting. I must hold my thumb in a funny angle. I'll tell you another, it's true, I once did a 10k, I haven't run 10k in a long time, but my shoes were just touching my big toenails, and by the end, they were both really sore, they both turned black, both my toenails. And you wouldn't think from tap, 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 but when you do something over and over, isn't it, that it's not good. So same with the shoulders. So that extra technique thing hopefully keeps us in alignment. Right, let's swing up. How do you feel? Do your shoulders feel nice and open? Mine do actually. It feels really nice. I can feel it. So folks, thank you for joining me today. Yeah, lots to think about, Tiz. Yes, Simone, hope you feel better. Juliet says, hope you feel better as well. So funny about Noah's Ark. Oh, good, I'm glad it was helpful. Carol, not in London, rubbish internet. Yes, thanks, Carol. Nice of you to check in when you're not around. Yes, the Chaturanga check-in. We call it Chaturanga check-in. It's always worth doing. It's so important. Practice it while you're watching telly, get on the floor, get your shoulder stability on point, guys. Yes, quite key in Pilates to have that. So I enjoyed our workshop / class this morning. Thank you for joining me. Thanks, Lyndon. Yeah, good way to start the week. And it's stopped raining too. Yes, lovely to have you live, Catherine. Really nice to see you. Thank you, Lucy. Yeah, strong shoulders. Yeah, Juliet almost forgot the weather. Almost, but not quite. I know, it's murder. Come and join me on the other page for Legs, Bums, Toms. And just a heads up, on Saturday, I've changed my 30-minute Pilates to a 45-minute pop Pilates and body conditioning, as it's a bank holiday, so a bank holiday celebration on Saturday, that is. Thank you, Sonia. Thanks, Wendy. Thank you, Sheila. I'm glad you found it helpful. Yes, Helen, did it feed into your down dog? It's so important. It's just that little switch from there to there makes all the difference. Thank you, Deborah. It's lovely to see you. Thanks, Tiz. You're West. Yes, send it over, Tiz. Send it over. Come on, we need it. It's coming on Wednesday. Apparently the sun's coming on Wednesday. We'll be doing outdoor classes soon as well. So have a lovely week. Thanks as always for being fabulous and joining me live. It's always lovely to see you guys. I'm going to go and have a sip of tea and get ready for legs, bombs, toms. Come and join me if you can. Lots of love. See you soon.